About to start the third quarter here at Victoria Park. Half-time score 10-5. Bannocknurn lead, Werribee 5-4. Tap down straight away comes from Moore to Ross Dillon. Running onto the footy there is Thwaites, but it falls to Ronnie Pilgrim. Breaks a tackle, kicks out wide. Got a player loose in Wentworth out there. East, handball back to Wentworth. Pilgrim comes in to assist. The handball comes out to Sean Stewart. Takes a while to pick it up, throws it away. Just pushed it forward to left hook. He's got Roland Beck on his own on half-back flank. Takes the mark, plays on quickly, drives the ball long. Over the head there of Peter Gray. Brett Harding attacked the footy. Wins it. Little left foot chip pass, but it's too wide. And out of bounds on the full. Centre wing outer side, Victoria Park. Kick taken forward for Werribee. Goes pretty wide. Mark not taken by Calvert, off hands.
Eric, you were giving Brett Harding a few lessons how to be a defender. I know he was caught there, but he's got to try and bring the ball inboard a little bit more when he gets out to that position.
The teams these days, Laurie, seem to be, possession football.
Yep.
Half forward flank, ball thrown in. Over the top there is Calvert, punches it forward. Luddick picks it up, throws it down to Delaney. Kicks it across Colliger, picks it up, returns it to half forward flank on that defensive side. East, good body work, keeps Borden off the football and off hands over the boundary line. Back to centre wing. So first minute and a half, second half, it's been mostly on the outer wing here at Victoria Park. Neither side have any addition to their half-time score. Ball comes in. Peter Gray over the top, only as far as it was young Dillon. Picked up at centre half back for Werribee, high in the air. Mark, almost taken by Calvert. Comes to ground. Colliger, long handball over the top to Ross Dillon. He gets it ahead there of Chris Smith. The lead comes from Malane Grant. Geez, easily ahead there of Cook. Over the top, the handball. Doesn't get his mark in Tillman. Comes back on it, left hook. He handballs to nobody. And now it's a race. Malane Grant leads in the race. Almost free kick there. Nolan. Handball comes down.
Yeah, good decision.
Took too long, Nolan, to make his decision. And Foley back on the ground. Goes back into the corridor. In front there, Chris Delaney tries to tap it forward. Ends up picked up there by Merry. Goes looking for Luddick. Luddick tries to, doesn't work too hard there. Just pushes the ball toward the boundary line and over. In front of the scoreboard, which reads 10-5-65 Bannockburn. Werribee 5-4-34. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Boundary umpire puts the footy in. Good tap down there by the big fella Moore. Handball finally comes to Colliger. Runs away with a bounce. Great pass. Well, Mark not paid there to Malane Grant. And the turnover comes to Werribee. Foley is clear on centre wing. Ball bounces up for him. Handball clear. Comes back to Cook. Over the top there to Calvert. Calvert, he heads goalwards. The kick is straight in the arms of Brett Harding in the fullback position. Brett Harding on the left foot. Has White and Giles. Picks out White on half-back flank. Takes the mark. Runs a fair distance. Long kick there. The lead is, Wentworth was a bit behind in the lead, but Matty East comes in to help him out. And off hands once again over the boundary line on centre wing. Golden opportunity then, Bannockburn, to take the ball down, but just fell adrift at centre wing. Ball about to come in. 4 minutes gone, third quarter. Stewart and Moore tap to the front of the pack there. Comes out clear to David White. He pretty poor effort in defence there, but finally kicked off the ground by Wentworth. Left hook runs down, picks it up, eludes a tackle. A little chip pass, and he's found Roland Beck on half-back flank. Long kick. Chris Smith can't take the mark. Comes to ground once again. Colliger. Well, head-high tackle perhaps, not paid. Off Dillon's hands. It comes to Calvert. Has a bounce. Just lopes towards half forward. They're all running away from him now. Gets inside 50. Brett Harding came at him probably too late because he's kicked the goal.
Kicked the goal.
So I think you've got to run at them, Laurie, when they're running toward the goal there.
Yeah.
So Werribee Central 6-4-40, Trail Bannockburn 10-5-65, 5 minutes into the third quarter.
Well, that won't do his son Colbert any harm. I think he's just been doing on the bit at the moment, and I think that'll do his confidence a world of good. I mean, they've got to nurse him along for the next couple of games if he's been out, 10 weeks injured.
Yeah, definitely. Looks a little bit underdone, but he's a class player.
He certainly is.
Back in the middle, Ben Hallett with the football. Dillon in the middle, Moore contests against the Stewart. Neither ruckman gets the taps. Moore almost a second effort. Luke Calvert down to the ground. Delahant off the ground, kicks it wide. Leading in the race for the footy is Matty East. Can he pick it up? He can't. He's bustled out of it by Bourdignon, who pushes it along the ground. Picked up there by comes forward to it's Chris Delaney out there, but it's David White again. Long kick out of the defensive area, picked up by Bernardo. Bernardo looks for teammate and finds him out there, and back to David White on half-back. So right across the face of goal, Robbie Giles. Now he hasn't got too much to kick to, although in the middle of the ground there's Rossi Dillon. Takes a mark there ahead of Calvert. Goes to Malane Grant. Mark paid on this occasion at centre half forward. The lead comes from Andrews.
Grant, he's got this.
Beautiful pass, beautiful lead, and that's when you hate being a backman lorry, don't you?
Yeah, not much you can do about that.
Fantastic, and great delivery by Malane Grant. So Shane Andrews, 40 metres out directly in front. The opportunity to answer the goal that Werribee have just put on the board a few moments ago. So Shane Andrews gone back for the long run up today. Moves in, be kicking from 35.
No, good contact.
It's a pretty good kick. That Bruce held it up pretty well, but that's goal number 6 to Shane Andrews. Goal number 11 for Bannocknurn. 11-5-71. They lead Werribee Central 6-4-40, and we've been going 7 minutes second quarter. That's how to kick a footy.
That's right. Yeah, no doubt about that. Hit the camera on that one. That's out of the textbook. I think honestly, Werribee got to make a change in the middle. I think they've got to restructure the engine room there. I mean, as I said, put Peter Gray in there, give Stewie a run somewhere else, and even put Chris Smith in there.
I'd throw Howlett in.
Well, they've worked Calvert back into the game from the ball up in the middle. It's come down to Malane Grant. He's kicked it to half forward, and Ross Dillon casually takes the mark on his chest, and probably within kicking distance once again. It's interesting. Another left footer. They've got a few left footers up in that forward
I think
line.
I mentioned it to Ricky before. You just got to be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So Ross Dillon, quite a capable player, on the left foot now, moves in. It's a good looking kick also, and I tell you what, that's gone through the goal. So Ross Dillon has kicked his second, and it's the 12th. 12-5-77 Bannocknurn. They lead Werribee Central 6-4, 48 minutes into the third quarter. I put Ross Dillon in a similar class to young Lee Clifford, you know.
Yeah, they're very similar players, aren't they?
Both. They're very hard to match up on them too.
Yeah, they're gangly.
Yeah.
They're both very talented players. Got good futures, that's for sure.
So the future of GDFL, good hands with those two young fellas. Up goes the footy again. Stewart and Moore. Stewart put Moore down to ground. David White can't get a kick away. Stewart runs onto the footy, but he's dispossessed by Colliger. Ball bounces up pretty well for Colliger. Can't take control of it. Chris Smith.
Better, Chris.
Battled pretty hard. Gets the footy. Kicks back towards centre half forward. Delahan. Good defensive punch. Over to Matty East. Back to Matt Dillon. Oh, he's gone. He's given Troy Colliger a decent pass there, and a sensational mark in between the two opponents. Handballs quickly to Connors. Connors to half forward. Ross Dillon in front, and he's just
50.
He's just too strong for Cook. I think that was not a great deal in that. I think Rossi Dillon made a pretty good job of putting his head in the noose there.
Yeah, I think he might have. he milked it a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting to see Damien Clark off the ground. He's probably one of the best players for Bannocknurn in the first half.
He probably went out of the centre in the second quarter for some reason.
Yeah.
And,
he could have a slight injury though, Ricky, or anything like that.
Yeah,
so with the advantage of 50-metre penalty, Ross Dillon hits his third. 2 in a minute, and 13-5-83 Bannocknurn, marching on from Werribee 6-4-40.
I think they've definitely got to try something on ball, don't they? I mean, that's where they're losing the game. as I said before, I think Howlett, I know when we played him round 1, he come on ball and really turned the game for Werribee. He's got to get himself into the game, and I reckon on ball.
Yeah.
I just wonder if that's their interest, Laurie. Are they that keen to show anything right now?
Well,
you should be.
Yeah, I know that's debatable, but you know, my theory is
As a coach, I hate losing. I don't hate to see this performance. But I mean, it's.
I mean, you don't just run the game out now. That's not going to improve anything for Werribee. I mean, this could happen in a final, and you can say, well, look, we did it at Bannocknurn the other week, and it worked. We'll do it again today.
It's a huge boost to Bannocknurn's confidence, isn't it? If they go on from here, well, the throw up in the middle. Colbert takes the mark, gets it to half forward. Good work by Dillon. Ran a fair distance, but finally got the foot to the footy. Oh, Ross Dillon, almost a miraculous mark. Now the turnover, kick off the ground, back into the middle for Werribee. Picked up by Foley, has 2 bounces. Sees the lead from full forward. Come to Luddick, handball to Buck. Buck on the left foot, pretty casual, and has missed to the left of the big timber. So Heath Buck 2-2 for today. But Luddick, fed the handball out pretty quickly. 6-5, 41 Werribee Centrals. They trail Bannocknurn 13-5, 83. So Robbie Giles looking for some options at fullback. Decides to go long to a one-on-one. More ball comes down to the front of the pack. Matty East, handball over to Connors. Connors off a step, goes to the centre of the ground, and left hook at the back takes the mark. Coming back, good work there by Troy Colliger. Get us to ground. Malone Grant over to Matty East. Matty East on that left foot. The lead has come from full forward. Shane Andrews overran the ball. Picked up by Hallam. Kicks it long back to centre half forward. Matty East takes the crumb again. Just casually goes through the traffic there. Gets it to Connors in the centre of the ground. Connors now the left foot. The lead's come again from Andrews. And, well, they're
peppering away, aren't they? The little players now are getting right into the game. Colliger,
especially around the middle. So Shane Andrews, be a huge kick from here into that bit of a breeze. He's kicking for 55.
Well, you'll float it right in.
So Shane Andrews.
He won't lay it off, I'm telling you.
He's a bit undecided, but I think he's just sizing up the exact distance. Comes in. Left foot. Well, that was an anti-climax. Kicked into the man the mark. Hallam over the top there to Merry. Merry, well, put down after he kicks it. Not paid, so contest on centre wing. Here's the 2 young fellas. Matty Dillon runs back on the footy. Well, good evasive at work there. Runs a long way again and just chips it along the pass to David White. Good work there, David White. Back inboard to Chuck Connors. Connors takes the mark. Plays on quickly. The lead there from Gary Toolman on this occasion. Picks it up on the run. Handball back to Connors in the middle. Long kick from Connors looking for Andrews. He's 2-on-1. Gets defeated. The ball comes to left Chuck. Over the top to Bernardo. And Bernardo, long handball to Calvert. Calvert now up and under. Pretty high. Goes to centre wing. Big pack over there. Ball comes to ground. Brett Harding doing the roving, but is happy to allow Andrew Howlett to run the footy over the boundary line.
So he's just on Troy College. He's pretty strong overhead for a guy his size, isn't he? He's deceptively strong overhead.
We've seen him play some good games, Eric, haven't we, over the times. The guy that's impressed me for young, I haven't seen him before, Matty Dillon.
Yeah,
got a bit of speed.
Yes.
Looks good.
From the throw in, Calvert at the back of the pack, takes the ball away, gets it to full forward. Giles, well, ball hit the ball to ground. Now he's switched play back to the change room side. There's Ross Dillon. Take the mark. He's got Shaw on the overlap. Kicks it long to nowhere because there's no players up ground, but running at the footy is Ronnie Pilgrim. Left hook follows up, can't pick the footy up. Kicked off the ground there by Bernardo. Bit fortunate. Fallen into the arms there of Kennedy. Goes back to centre half forward. Buck just eased his opponent out. Peter Gray picks up the footy. Goes back to the full forward position. Oh, Luke Luddick. What sort of a goal was that? That's the thing.
That's about Luke. That's in it. Laconic Luke.
That can destroy you, something like that. Yeah. Made something out of absolutely nothing. So he's kicked the goal. 7-5-47 Werribee Centrals. 13-5-83 Bannockburn. 15 minutes into the second quarter. And Rick, that's the sort of thing he can do.
Yeah, he's a pretty classy player, and he does look laconic, but he's a quality player. He's probably been a little bit down today, but
he's had a bad day today. Yeah.
But I mean, he's a kind of guy who can turn around in 5 minutes and kick you 5 or 6 in 5 minutes.
He's the type of bloke that I think is a finals footballer. He'll probably give his best in the finals.
Interesting, Andrew Howlett on the centre square back half there. So the ball's thrown up in the middle, comes to ground.
He's on tour.
Malone Grant doesn't get the handball back, but he does pick it up again on the left foot. Wentworth overruns the footy. David White can run onto it now. He can't pick it up either. Just taps it out to Paul Wentworth. Nice little tackle on the ground. He's hooked it over his shoulder. Howlett back in defence, punches the ball to ground. Picked up there by Matty Hallam. Has plenty of time. Kicks it long back to centre wing. Foley in good position, takes the mark, decides to go on. Good blocking work by Ross Dillon there. Players just take their eye off it. Luke Luddick again. One hand, picked it up, kicked it one hand, as casual as you like. Heading back towards the goals and goes through for another goal. That is unbelievable. Well, that's what he can do. 2 goals in a minute to Luke Luddick. And the 8th for Werribee Centrals. 8-5-53. Trail Bannocknurn 13-5, 83, 16 minutes gone now. See that one hand? Unbelievable.
Good off break.
So I guess on the rebound, Werribee can hurt you, and they wouldn't really want to take the foot off the pedal, Bannocknurn, because if they get a sniff, Werribee...
Well, I guess every game this year, Bannocknurn have come home hard, so we probably expect them to come home hard again in the last quarter.
So back in the middle, Andrew Howlett perhaps playing a loose man in defence.
I think he's picking up Gary Tillman and Eric.
Ball comes to...
he's nowhere near him, but that's nothing.
Well, Howlett picks it up, handball across to Beck. He's tackled by East. Good work there, gets the spoil. Handball from Wentworth to Matty East. Hooks it back on the left foot, heading back towards the full forward position. Locking of arms there, Hallam and...
Kevin Connors
just picks it up, hooks it back. He's hooked it too far, I think. And
I missed that.
The boundary umpire, he struggled to get across there, the old boy.
The goalie.
Yeah.
So 13-6, 84 Bannocknurn. They lead Werribee Centrals 8-5-53, 17 minutes gone, 3rd quarter. It's like Dave Kennedy doing the kicking in, so there's players being switched fairly frequently. Good kick up high there is Naylor, but Chris Smith in the middle of the pack takes a mark, plays on quickly for Werribee, goes to Sinar Ford.
Luke
Delahan, Luddick, grab the ball off the pack, goes to full forward. McTurner can't pick it up. Delaney drops it, picked up by Heath Buck. He doesn't miss those too often. He has this time.
He's missed everything.
Right across the face of goal, and golden opportunity went missing. Heath Buck is suggesting the goal umpire he can't see too well.
I think Heath can't see too good.
Simon Calvert's suggesting also. So certainly didn't look to score from our angle.
Brett Harding's limping. Get him off.
So Robbie Giles with the free kick. Kicks it long.
Good kick.
And, well, mark not taken by Ross Dillon on that occasion. Ball comes to ground, picked up by Mary. Goes to the full forward position. Oh, that was incredible. Yeah, what the umpire blew the whistle, paid the mark, and then decided to take the football. So, so umpire Ben Hallett, 20 metres out, directly in front of the Werribee Central's goal, throws it in the air. Moore edged out of it by good body work. Giles doesn't try to pick it up, kicks it off the ground. He's got Colliger in support there, and the ball just ambles its way over the boundary line, 30 metres from the behind post, in front of the scoreboard here at Victoria Park, which reads Bannocknurn 13-6-84, Werribee Central's 8-5-53. Centre umpire puts it in. Calvert up over the top, takes the footy, and
no, he doesn't.
Almost kicks the goal, but he's got Robbie Giles right on the goal line. Clears it to the back pocket, and Ross Dillon has taken the mark. Able to clear it now. Longer kick, looking for Nayland ahead there of Leftchuk, and Nayland has taken the mark. So probably denied Bannocknurn. Well, the ball, good defensive work by Malone Grant. Moore happy to just push the ball toward the boundary line and over once again. So in front of our broadcast position, boundary umpire about to put the ball in. 19.5 minutes, 3rd quarter. Moore and Stewart. Moore clean tap away on that occasion. Picked up by Chris Smith. Bounced off the tackle there and kicks it long. Kicks to full forward. In front, well, once again, Heath Buck just grabs the ball, kicks it goalwards. Brett Harding leads in the race for the footy. It's done a right angle turn again, but doesn't quite get to the scoring area. Out of bounds beside the behind post.
Yeah, they're just bombing the ball away though. It's, you wouldn't be too happy with that if you were a coach of the side. You know, there's no system up there. There's no one queuing up to kick a goal. They're just bombing it up there.
So the ball from the throw-in, Crystalani to Warren Foley.
Goal.
Foley has a pot shot from 25 and has kicked behind.
I think he's playing a good game.
He has played a good game.
Yeah.
8-6-54 Werribee Central, so trail Bannocknurn 13-6-84 as Robbie Giles has the ball in his possession once again. Kicks wide to the outer wing once more. All Werribee out there, but picked up by Matty East. Looking for options, hooks it round the corner to David White. Good vision. White leads in the race for the footy, but he's happy just to let it run over the boundary line. And you sort of get the feeling, Laurie, it's a bit half pace at the moment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's right. And I mean, at this point of time, I'd whack Chris Smith in somewhere, have him run on the ball. He's getting a few touches right now, and he looks like to me he's fired up a little bit. And that's where you want to make use of a guy like that. He's big and strong, and he can play a bit.
Well, from the throw-in, the ball ultimately gets to Luke Luddick. Hooks it around the corner. Ball thrown there by Mary. Picked up by Mick Turner. Over to Shaw by hand. To Colliger by hand.
Good
to
play.
Giles, who's run from full-back. Accepts the handball. Now kicks towards Pilgrim at centre-half forward. Well, the ball's eluded a number of players there. Finally stacks on the mill. And umpire Hallett Rob will take the football in his possession at centre-half forward. And that's the probably the best move in the footy for the third quarter. That
Yes.
article there. Nolan does the ruck work against Stewart. Comes down for Werribee. Connors, nice little handball out to Matty East. East gets the full forward. Matty Hallam attacks the footy, and that's good defensive work. Goes for the safety at the boundary and has found it.
He's tried pretty hard up there, Matty Hellerman. He's been against odds. The team hasn't played so well ever. It gets up there a bit, but he puts a lot of pressure on Shane. And you know, he's been out injured as well, so he's only going to run into a bit more form.
Yes, I suppose there's not too many better fullbacks in the competition than Matty Hallam.
And he basically kicks the ball long too when he comes out, which is good.
Well, it takes you two to get it back, doesn't it? When
Nice and hard too, isn't he?
He's nice and hard. Nice and hard. He's a quality player.
So waiting for the ball to be recovered from beneath the car at 22.5 minutes in the third quarter. 13-6 Bannocknurn, 8-6 Werribee. The ball comes in. Oh,
that was Stewart then.
Good, wasn't it?
Stewart to Foley. Foley off the left foot, but in the way there is young Matt Dillon, who's done very, very well for his first game. And perhaps it's all too much because he's got the cramp. And handball to Mick Turner. That's a bit of experience. Mick come along to help the young fella. Goes towards Ross Dillon. Almost juggles a mark. Can't take it, but does finally pick it up. Terrific composure. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Ronnie Pilgrim behind Beck, and Beck of course takes the mark. Goes long to centre wing. Good contest out there. Heath Buck and
Heath
Mick
Buck,
Turner.
free kick.
Buck has been paid the free kick, holding the man, and Buck now drives the ball towards the full forward area. Big pack up there. Well, yeah, Luke Luddick, it was against Luke Luddick. He, I think, who was it? Delahant was probably shepherding him out, but he tried to just blatantly pull him off the footy. So the game goes on. College has had 4 bounces. Drives now towards the, well, that's
Andrew, you won't like that.
fairly blatant, I thought. And I think the umpire absolutely Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
Free kick to Gary Tillman. So goes across the ground. Gee, Matty East was screaming for about 25 seconds. No, Paul Wentworth it was. He goes to the lead there at full forward. Well, I think Matt Hallam made sure that Shane Andrews wasn't going to stay in the contest because he put him down to the ground. Matty East, great work. Gets the ball out to Paul Wentworth. Handball to Chuck Connors. Handball back to Wentworth. And gee, it's a good match out there, 3-on-3. And finally, it is the Werribee defence that stands up. Ball kicked forward there by Bordignon, but coming back is Robbie Giles. Oh, gee, that's a dangerous
Robbie.
kick. That's probably the worst kick that he's done for a long, long time. And I'd say perhaps given a goal away, and that's a very ordinary effort. I would be very surprised if the coach hadn't got a message coming out there pretty
I
rapidly.
looked straight at the runner. I thought he'll be out there straight away.
So,
if he watches this replay, he'll be having a chat to Robbie. That's definitely a no-no.
well,
I mean, you can switch the play, but you've got to have a bit more conviction in your kick.
Not to a one-on-one with one of the better marks in the comp. And I tell you what, how desperately has it for... It's a let off. Peter Gray has missed from 30 metres out. 8.7.55 Werribee Central's trail Bannocknurn 13.6.84. So at 25 minutes in the third quarter, that's the sort of thing you don't want to do.
Definitely not.
Well, I think he's done it again, because that's an atrocious kick, and he's been let off because, well, good teamwork by Bannocknurn. Matty East picked it up, gets it to Colliger, recovers it after tripping himself, gets the ball to half forward, and Ross Dillon takes the mark. David White on the overlap.
Here goes Andrews this time.
Shane Andrews, it's over their heads, and I think that was a pretty soft one, I'd say. Matty Hallam's not too impressed. So I think when you're hot, you're hot, you know, and if those Tiggy Touchwood decisions are about, and you're going well, you get them, don't you? As a coach, Rick, I guess the ones you hate to see.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's nothing in that free kick, was it?
No, both going for the footy, both hands in the air.
It's a crucial kick too, this one.
Matty's still telling the umpire, I think.
He's missed it.
Well, it's a let-off because he has misfired. 6 goals, 2 is his performance. 13.7.85 is Bannocknurn. 8.7.55 Werribee Central's 26.5 minutes gone in the quarter. So perhaps both sides let-offs there.
Yeah, well, as good as kicker Shane is normally, he does tend to do that from time to time, push the ball a little bit to one side.
Roland Beck gone down the middle of the ground looking for a Howlett. Off hands has come to left hook. He accepts the crumb there. Eludes the player, goes wide to the lead.
That's
there of
better.
Luddick, and does it so easily. Turns on the left foot. The lead back at centre half forward to his buck, and has taken the mark ahead there of McTurner. So comes looking for the handball, but his buck says, oh, it's a bit of bruise there behind me. I might have a bit of a go at this.
Take a good kick from there.
Jeez. Tell you what, don't write this bloke off. He's a freak kicking for goals. So Paul Welsh's uncle comes in. I tell you what,
Jesus.
it's not a bad looking
That's
kick.
a goal. That's a goal. The uncle's got on that one. No, he's a good
Great
kick.
kick.
He's a great. He's one of those guys who can kick it out of 50.
So that's a goal to Werribee Central's from about 65 metres out.
You sort of just get the feeling that Werribee's starting to get back into the game, don't you? I mean, only 4 goals behind.
So
Don't pinch another one before
I think the only thing you got to tell us is the Werribee blokes.
Yeah, maybe.
So 9.7.61 Werribee Central's, 13.7.85 Bannocknurn, and 28
They're
minutes
trying
gone.
a lot harder, and it's coming from Matt Hallam. Hallam's doing a real good job up there on the back line, and it goes back to what you said. That was a crucial kick from Andrews. That scoreboard pressure.
Yep.
Well, from the ball up in the middle, the ball's been cleared too easily by Bannocknurn once again. Handball ended up coming to Troy Colliger. Over the top there, the defensive punch away from Ronnie Pilgrim, and Warren Foley looks for the safety of the boundary by hand.
I think Luddick's lifted his game too. He's probably been the architect of lifting him, getting him back into the game. He lasts probably 10-15 minutes. It's quality
Bit of a
touches.
mismatch here. Matty Dillon on Peter Gray. From the throw in, ball kicked off the ground there by
Good gear.
nice little handball from Colbert to Chris Delaney. Delaney on the left, kicked
Colbert.
forward.
Lucky.
So Luke Luddick takes the mark once again, and Simon Delahan might have his hands well and truly full there, and Robbie Henderson was doing pretty well. So Luke Luddick within kicking distance. Has kicked 2 in this quarter. Lines up from 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. And a goal here at the 29-minute mark in the third quarter would make things rather interesting. And I'll
It's a
tell you
sausage
what,
roll.
he has not missed. So Luke Luddick kicks his 3rd for the quarter. It is the 10th for Werribee Central. 10.7.67.
He's got that relaxed kicking style, and he
So
beautiful kick.
Trail Bannocknurn 13.7.85, 29 minutes gone.
Well, we probably see a lot more of him than you do, Ricky,
Yeah.
and we've seen him play in purple patches, and he's a very, very good player.
Yeah, he's
and
class player.
He's class.
So
And, he has lifted his game, though. There's no doubt.
Definitely, yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
I think it's been the key to them, getting back into the game.
So
He's
there's
definitely lifted his
there's a big ask. Brett Harding back on to Luke Luddick. as the ball goes up in the middle. Moore gets a tap down. Crystallani does well, but can't get a kick away. Bannocknurn, a bit of pressure in the middle there. Finally, it's Bordignon. Gets the kick away. Simon Calvert can't take the mark. Shaw does well. The handball goes straight to Bordignon, who followed up.
Luddick again.
Luddick. Ball hit away there by Brett Harding, but picked up by, was it Cook?
Cook.
And kicked almost the goal, but are behind. So it's 10-8-68. They trail Bannocknurn as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. The three-quarter time score at Victoria Park is Bannocknurn 13-7-85. They lead the match from Werribee Central's 10-8-68.